Hey, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update, so thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. This energy update is for the collective and what's going on in December and all the way to mid-January or so. So let's see what comes up and let's get into it. We are in December practically. It's November 30th. And the winter solstice is coming up, December 21st. This will be a huge one, a big one. We've been lately, if I want to do this correctly, let's just go over the past 2 weeks' energies. Lots of purging came up, lots of pressure, feeling like time is flying by. Back to having sleep problems, back to having skin problems for some, and all signs of huge changes ahead. And these changes will be brought by the winter solstice and the eclipses coming up in December and January of 2020. We were in the phase of making space for what's coming, and as I very often say, it's always the same process. We always need to make space for what's coming. We always need to make space for what we want to see manifest here in our physical reality, right here, right now. So we are heading towards a phase of huge changes, drastic changes, complete 180 for a lot of people that have been working, that have been trying to manifest stuff. And the first thing that we need to do is align with the here and now. If you're trying to manifest something, but you kind of feel like it's somewhere down the road or somewhere in the near future, I encourage you to change it into the here and now, even if you're not seeing the results right away, because it does take some time. You need to focus on the here and now. When you ask about what you want to manifest, no matter what it is, it's here and now. Feel as if it's already done. That's an alchemical process that a lot of ancient people knew about, or religious people, or shamans, and all these very spiritual people. It's written in old scriptures. And that's a mistake that we as a collective are making very often, is thinking that we need to think about the future as opposed to thinking in terms of here and now. So however you are asking, however you are doing your rituals or your prayers or your meditation, make it about the here and now and align to what needs to be done to see it happen. Act as if, if you go back to the Secret, the book. That's one thing they don't really talk about. They say, imagine or focus on seeing $1 million check and you're going to see it happen. Yes, but what's missing is here and now. And align to that, act as if it's already done. Think and feel as if it's already done. So going back to the winter solstice, it's going to be, I want to say and use the words magical energies, magical times, because it will be propelling a lot of people forward at a very, very fast pace. For some, they're going to say it's not that fast because I've been working on this for so long, and I know that feeling. But if you look back for the past 2 weeks, just notice how you felt. You probably felt a lot of pressure passing through your body, a lot of energies going through your body, a lot of kundalini awakening, a lot of cold sweat kind of physical feelings. Again, this is a DNA change happening all the way down to the cellular level, And when we do rise in consciousness, which we are on the brinks of, as in terms of collective consciousness, that's what the winter solstice is about. That's what those eclipses are about. It's bringing the collective at a whole different level. Call it the golden age, Aquarian age, call it the new earth. This is it. This is what's going on right now for everybody. It all depends how conscious of it you are. So some people at an earlier stage of this journey may still be dealing with tower moments. Tower moments are always a sign that something better is coming your way, and it's always a sign that it's time for you to take a step back and just realign. It's to help you get rid of what is no longer aligned with your highest self, with your soul, with your highest interest, greatest interest. So if you are in tower moments, because in the past 2 weeks, it was about purging. It was about getting rid of things that no longer are serving us. See it as a good sign. Accept it, embrace it. It's the first step into the process of manifesting what you want. It's not easy. It's life-shattering, but it's a must. Your soul, our souls, always know what's best for us. And one very simple and quick way to try to understand what's going on when we are in tower moments, or when we don't know and we feel in the dark, or in an empty space, is just putting our hands in our stomach, close to the solar plexus chakra, and just calm down for a few seconds, either using deep breath or really aligning with your heart, so that you can be in a heart coherence, and ask, what do I need to know about this? What do I need to do about this? And listen to the answer. It's going to come either through an image, a vision, something that you hear, a message outside of you, but you will know deep down in your gut that this is your answer. It may feel like, oh, I suddenly understand or realized, or I just had an epiphany. This is not coming out of nowhere. This is coming for you as a message. And with this winter solstice, more and more people will be able to do these things, these kind of things, to help themselves stay aligned and stay on path and move forward and work as one, as the collective, because we are all one. The flower of life. We are all related to one another. So when someone is doing that kind of work, they're in fact helping the entire collective, and opening up the way and the path, opening doors for others to take that same path, but putting their own personality to it according to their personal situation. So the winter solstice is really the end of a huge phase of a buildup of what was necessary to be ready for what's next, of a buildup of I needed to go through all these things in my life to understand, to know who I really am, to know what I really am here to do, mission. It's the end. Winter solstice is the end of that era and the start of the new era, which is the new earth, golden age, Aquarian age, however we call it, but that new level of consciousness on a collective level. Relationships are totally different and will be totally different from what we know, what we've been used to. That's why in the past few years, so many people were talking about soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, and so on. It has changed. The stigmas and the dogmas of this is how a relationship should be is or are gone or on the way out the door, on the way out to be gone. It's different now. It's different. It's all about not listening to what society says and to what people think we should be doing, but to listen to our own internal systems, GPS, intuition, our hearts, and following that. This is the only way to be totally free and to be totally happy and to reach that level of balance where you feel, I'm good. I don't need anything. I got myself. I got my own back. And that's, you know, you've reached that point when you're not really looking outside yourself, when you're not really looking for outside advice. You're just strong inside. You're this powerhouse, this lighthouse for your own self. That's when you can start helping other people. Without reaching that level, you can still help people, but it's not the same because you haven't gone through that entire process, purification process. So December 21st, a huge pivotal moment for humanity, for society, for everything in life. And then we're going to have the solar eclipse on December 26th. Again, this will bring a layer of energy, and the image that comes to me when I say this is golden nuggets. Golden nuggets, as if a lighter energy, a lighter consciousness, a higher consciousness of, oh wow, I get it now. Oh, okay, like another part of the veil will be taken away, therefore pushing us into deeper seeing, feeling, hearing, knowing. And that goes internally and externally. Whatever didn't make sense before will start making sense. And that's for everybody. But imagine what it's going to do for people that are twin flames. That's going to help a lot in this connection, in the union of the feminine and masculine energy, to the point where it will be impossible to separate these two energy, because they are going to be so aligned and in harmony with one another that separation will no longer be an option. So that means for the divine masculine, it means embracing more of their divine feminine. And for the divine feminine, it means embracing more of their own divine masculine and joining the two inside in a balanced way, and to see it as a toolbox. For example, if you're going through a situation in life where you're asked to go more into your masculine energy to make things happen, it translates into going there to make things happen in a loving and compassionate way. Loving is the key word, like more love into your actions. Therefore, putting in more love, you attract more love back. And then we're going to have the lunar eclipse on January 10th. And that will bring energies of settling into a new phase, into a new era of humanity, of the world, the new earth. This is it. So people are going to be individually more imbalanced, therefore more in balance with one another, therefore on a collective level, more harmony, easier communication, easier connection, easier relationships where true balance will live. Two individuals that are free, living their life as one, instead of having codependency patterns, instead of having trust issues and all that. No, two people being at their best, living in one another's life, basically, and helping each other out to reach that level of always being at your best, always being like a true king and a true queen in harmony with both energies that live inside of us. So truly amazing and major changes for everyone. But imagine what it's going to do for the twin flames. For the divine masculine, they have been receiving those energies. They have been thinking about it, embracing it, understanding themselves a lot more, and understanding that connection a lot more. Of course, some people may still be in other or different steps. Maybe some are still in denial, and they will be taken into those energies where they will face their own internal struggles when it comes to that. But for a lot of divine masculine, a lot of work has been done. They've grown so much. And they are seeing what happened in this connection. For those that have met their twin physically and that have been through the separation and all kinds of ordeals when it comes to the twin flame connection. Because if we go back 2 or 3 years ago, what we would see about twin flames is how difficult this connection is. That's because the energies were not in alignment, and they are very close to being in the perfect alignment for union, or they are in progress to that step, that stage. And for those that have been on this path for quite a while, well, the divine masculine at one point was seeing this connection as something that wasn't true, as something that bothered them, triggered them, made them feel like they didn't understand what was going on. A lot of fears were into play. And now they're seeing it differently, and they understand, okay, I needed to meet this person or this group of person so I could understand this about myself, so that I could clear this about myself, clear this in my life. And they are at a point where life is getting easier for them because they have faced these things. Some are in progress, some are still going through the releasing stages or tower moments where they are pushed to let go of a lot of things. It always depends because it's a really individual process. But as a collective, a lot of work has been done on the divine masculine side, which is helping the divine feminine. And if we think about when I do my work, other people benefit from this, they understand it now. As opposed to before, where they would deny it. They would be in the energy of, I know it all, I've seen it all. And they realize that there's much more depth to life as opposed to how they were living before. And now they're seeing all these new opportunities, all these new avenues and paths that they can take to achieve what they want to achieve. And it truly feels like magic for a lot of them, just like it feels like magic for a lot of divine feminine. Because it is such a deep alchemical process. When you're directly in it, it's hard to see and understand why you have to go through all of this. It's when you start implementing them or integrating those changes through your action and in your physical life that you get it. And the only way to get it is not by reading about it, it's by going through it. It's by doing. So these 3 upcoming events, winter solstice, solar eclipse, and lunar eclipse, are major. And I'm trying to find another word that means more than major, but it's major. It's a moment in history that we've never seen before, And I don't know if we're going to see it again because I'm not an astrologer, but we've never seen this before, these kind of energies. And I know I hear some people that will say, but it's always the same. It's always the same. Changes are coming. That's a cycle. It's life. It's a cycle, and we're all in it, and we have to be dealing with it. So at this point in the past 2 weeks, and maybe still right now, the physical symptoms kind of came back so that we can be aware of them and so that we can clear them. Like I mentioned, sleep patterns, skin issues, probably appetite issues as well. Like the solar plexus has been very, very active lately, receiving all these energies. Oh, and by the way, when I was talking about the solar plexus and how to get your answers, solar plexus is directly linked to your subconscious. So what is there that you're not aware of? That's your solar plexus. So when we receive energies, we receive it through the solar plexus. So when you feel tension in that area of your body, ask yourself, what is going on? And if you don't get the answer, that's okay. Acknowledge, just acknowledge that something is going on and that it's for your highest good, and just go with it. Just go with it. Play with it. I know it may sound easy to say, not as easy to do. I'm totally aware of that, and it's totally doable. It only takes, and only is not the right word, it takes self-awareness. It takes self-trust, self-care, self-love. So from now on till the end of the year 2019, self-care is a must, and you're most probably going to see changes in that area of your life, of your routine. You may start feeling or doing things you've never done before, or you may start want to do things that you've never done before and think, oh my God, how come I did not discover this years ago? Just listen to these signs. Listen to this little internal voice guiding you inside. That's your soul. That's your spiritual team. That's your angels. Call it how you want. It's your internal system that needs to be in balance, be clear, be clean, and optimal, and be prepared for 2020. That's the whole point of the month of December, is to get ready for 2020 and then to hop in. And the image I'm seeing when I'm saying this is a water slide. Like you need to go up to get to the top of the water slide, and then you wait in line, and when it's your turn, you sit down and you start sliding. That's what the month of December is do what you need to do to be ready for 2020. The game is going to change in ways you may see or feel, but for others, it's in ways they've never seen coming. For a lot of people, I know it feels like finally you're going to start living, you're going to start breathing, you're going to let go of that choking feeling that may be living inside of you. That's because you've been doing the work. You're there, you're ready to embrace this change. And again, if we go back to the 3 waves of volunteers that Dolores Cannon speaks about, that's what it is. A lot of people came here and are here to help with this shift. The teachers. Yet again, not all spiritual teachers are good, but then that's a different conversation. But that's what we're here for, to embrace, to live, and to go through this change, to help with the alchemy, to help with all these changes, and to go through that process. And we're here. So wonderful news, wonderful news. And really, I want to say that 2020 is the year of the twin flame. And I'm saying this with some form of, I want to say it, but I don't want to say it because too many people get, yeah, it's the year of the union, and that's not the point. That's not the point. It's a year of twin flame meetings, twin flame reuniting, and doing the work. But it's the year of relationship mostly. Relationships have changed, and we're going to see the results in 2020. So that's pretty amazing. So that's it. Thank you for being here. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do so on my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings on Facebook, on Instagram at indigogirl555, or through my email at indigogirl555@gmail.com. And you can follow me on social media. So until next time, be well.